Oh, do I feel good today? What is up, universe? This is Driving the Line. It's your daily sports and sports betting brand of record. I'm telling you what, Tuesdays, that's the easy day to exhale. That's the easy day to say, you know what? There's no real football to speak of. There's no real this. Stop it. Every single day is important, whether it's the NBA Cup, whether it's looking forward, trying to beat the line, all of that. Remember, this is Thanksgiving week. There's a lot of you out there already spending time with the fam, hanging out with the crew. Well, that's exactly what you have right here. Remember, we're live every single morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're also all over the stadium platforms, Amazon Prime, DirecTV, YouTube TV at 4 p.m. Eastern time every single weekday. Now, we did not have our best day. In fact, it was less than a ho-hum day. You know, here at the brand, always says we want to win more than we lose. And yesterday, we did not do that, which makes today a bounce back Tuesday. Now, we got content coming out of our ears in addition to the daily show. If you're a crew member, you get extra content, an extra episode every single weekday. And also, you get video of DTL, the podcast, which is fresh content every single day. The audio drops around 2 p.m. Eastern time. You get 20 to 30 minutes because we understand you have a life. Howie Schwab, grinding. He would have been grinding through this season so far. The crew play of the day selections, and you can vote right on our YouTube page. Tonight, we're going to the hardwood. Kansas, your number one team in the land. How about plus 3.5? Duke, minus 3.5. Auburn, minus 4.5. North Carolina, plus 4.5. We've got the Maui Invitational. We have other big things going on. Also, our resident benefactor, Robert Bibbo. He goes, thank the Lord for garbage time touchdowns last night. Went from minus 1.4 thousand to up 1.7. I'm thinking he had a teaser. Now, today we're trying something a little bit new. It's Thanksgiving week. We want all of you to settle in. We already see that live number is climbing, so we're going to go 6 wide. That's right, 6 wide today. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the picks. Oh, I see a lot of people in the chat saying, I should have played that one. Oh, I should have played that one. That's the beauty of sports betting. And look at this. Look at these gorgeous faces on this morning. Where do I start? Where do I start? Well, how about this? There's never a day off on the pitch, even when they're on a break. He's the man from the Dirty Big Chuck. Good morning.
Morning, Coach. Crew. Yeah, I kind of like this new format. Interested to see how it goes. Yeah, big day on the soccer pitch the whole week, actually. We have tournaments going through. Big weekend of soccer also, so we're excited to get it going.
I encourage you to follow my man on social media. You want more soccer picks? He can handle you there as well, no problem. Now, this man is from Memphis, Tennessee. He hosts the Grizzlies postgame. He's all over everything that we do. DG, I'm allowing you one more chance. One more chance. Good morning.
Morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. The weekend wagers went 5-0 last night. I had a little showdown with Raphael. Mark had a little showdown with Z-Man. I swept my picks last night. 5-0. Sounds great.
Yeah, unfortunately, technology didn't allow us to put all of our pick screens up there. But alas, we did have more than the one win, if you're wondering, courtesy of DG. I had one, but I lost 2, unfortunately, because the Chargers couldn't cover. Now, this is our man. What does Raphael owe? You owe a membership, Raphael? Is what we got to do? All right. He is our numbers guy for a reason. Raphael, good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. Maybe I can get a refund because my guy didn't play the whole game at DG. Can I get a refund? I mean, my guy got hurt in the second quarter. Everyone else asked for refunds in sports books.
That is kind of a weird cash that he went down with a knee injury. Are you still going to take it?
I'm taking it. That's why you play unders, Coach.
Wow. All right, and finally, I left these two last for a reason. Still working on the graphic, but they are the new stars of our little segment we like to call Soup or Salad. Good morning to the OG, Big Soupy, best beer in the game. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it is an exciting weekend coming up. We've got NFL Thursday, Friday, college football Friday, Saturday, conference rivalries. A lot of them have meaning for the playoffs.
feel like Soupy's trying to get deep on us on this Tuesday. What are we doing? And finally, yeah, young Peyton's on Thanksgiving break. Are we at Mom's house today, or where are we at, young Peyton?
Yes, sir. We are in the Lodge household, Coach. I'm feeling great. I'm so happy to be back home. I just got back last night. I'm feeling good.
Wait a second. You're in Southern California right now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I need you to prove it. I need you to bring Papa Bear on screen at some point during the show to prove you're in Southern California.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna have him hop in a few. Shoot, I'll text him.
Okay, we'll get Dad. If people don't know, he's got a famous daddy. He is. You're just too young to know how famous your dad is.
You're right. Yeah, I wasn't born yet.
That's correct. You were not born yet. It makes all of you feel old. Not me. Me and young Peyton, we were in the same circles. All right, real quick, before we get into our picks, and we've got a lot, as you can see today. Real quick, last night, I thought it was a statement, DG, for the Ravens to go on. Essentially, they won by 14, but a lot of teaser bettors are happy for bad calls down the stretch. A lot of calls that were kind of mysterious, but it led to a late touchdown, 7-point game. But that's what makes the Ravens, because we don't know what we're going to get. Sometimes great, sometimes not so great.
We talked about it in the primetime show. It was all about the second half. The Ravens just kind of lean on you, just like Derrick Henry just kind of leans on you, and you keep tackling him. It hurts more and more and more. And honestly, those Ravens just kind of put the Chargers away late into the second half. And that late touchdown, it is what it is. I know a lot of people cashed on it, just like we did, but the Ravens were the much better team in the second half, and they proved it.
Subi, what about from the fantasy side of things last night? Derrick Henry, we always talk about him like Saquon, that they've got to have an off week, and then they continue to have these gigantic games on the ground.
Derrick Henry, yeah, another 150 yards. It was no Saquon. And Justice Hill stole a touchdown from him. But it's another incredible night for Derrick Henry. At least for if you had Justin Herbert, that rushing touchdown might have saved you. You maybe have snuck in with a win there. But, yeah, Derrick Henry, I'm picking him at least second round next year. I don't care how old he is.
I think it's a whole new world when you're talking about running backs now, thanks to Saquon and thanks to Derrick Henry. By the way, Subi, you're the first one to catch strays this morning. TJ says, Soupy, are you officially mathematically eliminated in the DTL Fantasy League?
Hey, eliminated from one of my 13 leagues. Not a bad year.
Oh, that's great trash talk right there. That's awesome. Yeah, I suck in this league, but I got 12 others to suck in too. You know, it is what it is. All right, we've got 5 wide. Today, we're not going to cash with the coach because that would be too many on the screen. Producer man, where are we going to start at today? I need to see that screen. And Big Chuck, I love when I see myself some day soccer. 2 of our favorite words here at the brand. So, Charles, start us off.
Champions League, Slovan versus AC Milan. This is truly a David versus Goliath spot, with Slovan conceding 3.8 goals per European match this far, making the decision to back AC Milan team total over 2.5, an easy one. Young Boys versus Atalanta, with Young Boys home matches averaging 3 total goals and Atalanta 3.1 total goals away from home. I'll back the over 3 as I see at least 3 goals at worst in this spot.
Yes, I was doing my next level soccer capping. I felt the same way about the Atlanta game. So I'm glad that you and I are simpatico, as we like to say. Damn right. Synergy. All right, Raphael, let me come over to you, because this year I feel like there's kind of been a drop-off as far as interest in Maction. But it doesn't mean we can't cash tickets. What do we got?
Yeah, I feel bad for Mac Action on Tuesdays because the college football playoff steals it when they do the rankings out of these games. But we get to watch the worst college football team we've seen in a couple of years play tonight. Kent State, who've lost 20 straight and 21 out of 22. They're going to get blown away, and that's why we like to over in tonight's game. Buffalo has hit this total 8 straight games. They're averaging 43 points a game in their 3-game winning streak. We should see a lot of points scored, but not by Kent. We're going to go to the NBA. Austin Reeves over 2.5 threes, -105. He's hit this 3 out of 5 games, 9 out of 16 this year. And a couple games that he didn't hit it in the games, they were blown away and didn't play the fourth quarter. I think Austin Reeves in a high-scoring game of the Suns, I think he hits this number.
I love the NBA Cup. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like the energy level is just a little bit higher on this in-season tournament. DJ, it's Tuesdays and Fridays, correct?
That's correct.
Tonight
is tonight's the Cup games.
Yep. All right. Thank you very much. All right, Raphael, well done. Charles, well done. DG, let me come over to you because you were going straight to said NBA Cup. You're up.
Julius Randle, yeah, he doesn't pass. Just ask Rudy Gobert, but he's going to go another under, coach, under 4.5 assists at -113. He's hit this in 7 of the last 10. But Houston, they're very much a team that makes you go one-on-one. They allow the 4th fewest assists. Then we're going to go to my guy, Nikola Vucevic, the Vucci man. We're going to go over 5.5 first quarter points. It's at +104. I like him at 5 points. The 6 points scares me a little bit, but that's why it's plus money here. But he's hit this at 72% on the season, and the Wizards are the absolute worst against the center position. So we're going to go with Vucci Mane to score 6 points in the first quarter.
Vucci Mane?
Vucci Mane. Like Gucci Mane? Vucci Mane.
Oh, my God. I've given you guys way too much leash over here. Way too much leash over here. We're making those kind of nicknames. All right. Shout out to John. He says, give me that Undertaker gift. Your boy has won 4 weeks in a row in DTL Fantasy, and now I have the last playoff spot. Look out, folks. Making a run at the end, just like fantasy baseball. That's right, John. Just like fantasy baseball. Boom and boom. So, Soupy, I know you can feel that because you're in those leagues. Not me. I've got a life. But for you, Soupy, motivation from John today. You're up.
Let's start with some action tonight. Buffalo could probably win this game 49-0 and cash the over and the spread because, yeah, Kent State is terrible. But they need to win this game. If they win, Miami of Ohio loses and Ohio University loses, they get into the MAC championship. And Kent State has lost by 27.6 points in their last 5 games. Give me the Bulls at -22, and let's go to the hardwood. I love the Rockets this year. They had a great beginning of the season last year. I think they're going to keep it going this year. Going against Minnesota, I'm looking at the pace of play. Rockets offensive possession length is 13th. Minnesota defensive possession length is 25th. I think the Rockets are going to be able to play a little faster and keep this game close. Give me a +3.5.
DG, do you notice a little extra arrogance this morning from Soupy?
Anytime the young King Lettuce is on the show.
King Lettuce.
Soupy turns into a little bit more of get a little vibrato, a little bit of arrogance.
I know. I felt that too. I wonder. I mean, Peyton's busy these days, but if I've got to bring him on every single day to get Soupy's absolute very best, damn it, that's what I'm going to do. Now, Michael says, thank you, Prince Lettuce, for having a pick on the college basketball game of the night. The nicknames are just coming out of your ears. You got exactly 1 minute. You're up.
All right, Coach. I'm going with Kansas money line tonight, +150, a big plus odds. Duke is full of talent, but they're starting 3 freshmen who are still learning to play together. Hunter Dickinson coming for a 5th year is huge for Kansas, and anytime I could get them at +150 against anyone in college basketball, I'll take it. Next, I'm going with the Phoenix Suns tonight to win by 3 and cover at -112. The Suns are coming off 6 days rest. Even though I'm back in LA, I love them to beat the Lakers tonight. With KD and Beal coming back, I don't see the Lakers being able to stop the Suns defensively, so I'll take them to cover tonight.
Look at you. Perfectly done. 45 seconds in Mama's basement. Dad still hasn't shown. Solid effort, solid start. Really, Dad just texted me and said he's getting a haircut this morning.
He's getting his lettuce cut.
That matters to me. Why? He can pop his head in. He always talks about that beautiful hair on his radio show.
That he doesn't have it done at the house here.
Hey, Peyton, you're not on camera. You're not allowed to talk. All right. Yeah. It's a vibe. It's a Tuesday. It's DTL. Let's go. All right, you degenerates out there. That begs the question. Would you be on camera if you were getting a haircut that day? Charles, would you, if you didn't like your hair, would you go on camera on a national show?
Probably not, Coach, but if you asked me to, I guess I would have to. But voluntarily, I think I would pass.
Good answer.
Soupy, how far would you go? Because lately, AB has been very freshly shaven. He looks like a different person. What about you?
I have not shaven this since September 2022, and I don't plan on doing it anytime soon.
Wow, over 2 years. DG, your thoughts?
So my hairstylist just recently has a torn ACL and just had surgery. So I'm asking and begging every day, hey, can you get me a haircut? If not, then I'm actually going to have to go into the public and ask for one and pay for it.
That is the worst reason I've ever heard. I don't get a haircut. Why not? She's got a torn ACL. Raphael, do you believe DG?
Yes, I do, because my wife cuts my hair as well. So if she can't do it, I don't get a haircut. So I believe in DG right there.
Soupy, Gothan or Gathan, long A, I think, says lettuce head. Thanks for pushing, Soupy.
We've all tried.
Peyton, do you like which one? Do you like Young Peyton? Do you like King Lettuce? I mean, Prince Lettuce isn't bad either. You've got a lot of them going around with your new little rivalry with Big Soupy.
Just keep them coming, Coach. I like anything. I like anything. Put them out there. I'll take it. You know, as long as the picks are green, I'm feeling good with it.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's the attitude we're talking about right there. As long as the picks are green. And by the way, if you haven't checked out our TikTok, Young Peyton is in charge of our TikTok now. So every Tuesday and Thursday, you'll see a nice little video coming out over our TikTok space. We are growing in all the cool ways, just like the kids say. So me and Peyton we're in charge of the young kids, and then we've got everybody else in charge of the older clientele here at DTO. Forever young. You know what I'm talking about. All right, it is never too early to start looking forward to the NFL. Big week. We are back in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It is a gorgeous Tuesday. The live number is climbing. We are live every single weekday, including also Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We're also on Stadium at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to start that betting block for all the Stadium platforms, Amazon Prime, DirecTV, YouTube TV, etc., etc. Today, we are going 6 wide. We've got 6 experts, including myself, in the world of the NFL. And as we know, guys, half points, full points, they mean everything. And this week, we've got games galore. But these are the 3 that I want to focus on because we got the Thanksgiving Day games. We've got all of that. But this is the one on Thanksgiving that I think, DG, is going to be awesome. And it's pivotal for both teams. They're both still in the playoff conversation. Should it be a bigger number for Green Bay at 3.5, or you feel like that's right where it should be?
I think it's right where it should be because you're getting the hook at this point. So it's 3.5, 4.5. I think both those are pretty much the same. And so it's all about, can Green Bay continue to dominate these teams? And what can Miami do? Can they go into Green Bay and honestly go on the road and get a big win, which they really haven't done all season? And so we're going to see that Green Bay defense really stand up. And as long as their defense can kind of hold firm with the Packers, I think they control this game and they win by a touchdown.
Now, Raphael, the Dolphins, a lot of people are sleeping on them because when Tua went out, we got the feeling that they were done. Now Tua's back. They won 3 games in a row, and they're not just winning these games. And I know they're against bad teams, but they're winning these games by double digits and playing great football at the right time. Should we be kind of looking at the Dolphins as a live dog?
Especially at the 3.5 correctly, but the odds makers put 3.5 to grab the Dolphins money now. Because once on Thanksgiving at evening, when it's 25 degrees and 10-mile-per-hour winds, and the public sees that on TV, they're going to get flooded of Green Bay and Green Bay money line bets. They made it 3.5 to grab as much Dolphin money as possible because they're going to get Packer money all day Thanksgiving Day when people are going for 3rd and 4th and 5th pieces of pie watching the late game. So smart move by the books. I agree. I think Packers too much for them, but it's going to be a very interesting game because the Miami offense has just been rolling right now.
Very interesting. I got a little distracted, and I'm going to tell you why, Raphael, in just a second. I just got a text from somebody very, very important. But first, TJ says, everyone knows people with goatees just can't grow the full beard. Dead to me, TJ. You're one of my favorites. Now, also, Big Chuck, they're asking in the chat, both teams to score and over 2.5 in that Atlanta game. Do you like it?
I do. I do. I was originally going to go with that. I was a little worried about young boy scoring, but the more I watch it, I can see a 1-2 at worst, and 1-3 type match. So yes, I definitely like that, Coach.
All right, very, very good. So we've heard from DG Raphael. Okay. This text I just got reads as follows. I'm in Beverly Hills getting a haircut, but I can confirm King Lettuce is home in LA doing the internet's best show live from our place. Loving the crew as always, with the exception of Soupy Sales, whose relentless trash talk of my boy is shameful. Soupy, your thoughts?
I am not blind to your trash talk, Mr. Lodge, but it's okay. It's okay. Let your boy take care of it. I'm not going to be on ESPN Radio or RNA anytime soon.
No, you are not. That was literally on a silver platter for you, and you just handed it right back to young Peyton and said, no, I'll let you hit the home run today. What the hell was that? I'll handle the trash talk today, young Peyton? Oh, my gosh. Now, Peyton.
Too bad he swings and misses when I put it down the plate for him.
When you put it down the plate for him?
Soupy, just stop, please.
Nah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I always say it's a vibe. Today, that line sounds embarrassing to me.
Okay.
Young Peyton, you should be embarrassed that you have a father that goes to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Coach, I was just going to say, I don't, first off, I don't need Pops speaking for me. I take my own prize picks, and I dominate them. So I'm going to let that do the talking. Second, I don't go to Beverly Hills to get my haircut. That's the only place I think we're different. I go to Lulu in Fort Worth, and I love her.
Oh
She's
God.
fantastic. Shout out Lulu again.
Lulu is world famous now at Sports Clips. You're going to walk in next time. You're going to be like Norm at Cheers. It's a show that used to be on TV, Peyton. And they're going, oh, Peyton. By the way, Michael says, Soupy, go learn some trash talk. A Muppet would be better. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let's get back to business. You two are absolutely too much. Super Salad coming up in about 9 minutes from right now. John says, Raphael, your thoughts real quick. Houston or Bama tonight? Go.
I took Houston at 3.5 last night. It's up to 4. It's probably going to keep on climbing because Bama's struggling on defense in basketball. So I like Houston at MGM in my old backyard at MGM Grand Arena.
Oh, very good. Very good. I'm glad to know that was in your old backyard. Oh, I'm feeling sassy today too, Raphael. Very sassy.
Hey, Coach, one real quick thing, because I know you like the Bears on Thanksgiving. Huge 5-figure bets coming in on the Bears as we speak. It's down to 10 now.
Are you kidding? At Detroit?
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. It really is amazing. All right, let's go over now because last night the Ravens looked really good. And Peyton, all kidding aside, this is a big game for Philadelphia and for the Ravens. Can Baltimore put two performances together? The books think so. They're making them a 2.5-point favorite. The Eagles have won 7 straight. Your thoughts, Peyton?
Yeah, the reason it's at this, Coach, is probably just because of the fact that the Ravens really need to win this game a lot more than Philadelphia does. Philadelphia is taking care of the teams that they need to take care of, and the Ravens really need to start playing good football before the playoffs, and they need to separate themselves in the AFC. So I just think the Ravens is just a bigger game for them. That's why I would take them to cover here at the 2.5.
Charles, your reaction to that take?
I'm right there with it. I agree. Especially at the -2.5, I would even look at the money line. And I think this is going to be a higher scoring game. We've seen that in Ravens games here lately. So I like the Ravens. I would probably look at the money line, or you can even tease them up since you're going through the key numbers of 3 and 7. And I would look at the over in this one.
Damn, Saquon against King Henry this week. What a matchup. Soupy, it is a matchup. From a fantasy perspective, can we play both of those guys?
Absolutely. Play Lamar Jackson, play Jalen Hurts. I'm looking at this game between Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Saquon. Who could win the MVP? I think the better performer moves into the lead in that MVP race. That's the important one I'm looking at.
See, that's a great point, DG, that Soupy made, which is a little bit shocking, to be honest. But to think about the MVP race, not just with the two running backs, but you throw Lamar in as well, this suddenly has a lot of implications.
This game has so much cachet because you're talking about King Henry, Saquon Barkley, but what can Lamar do against that Philadelphia defense? Can he kind of shred them apart and then lean on King Henry late as he always does in the second half? But I want to see exactly what Barkley can do against that Ravens defense. Can Roquan Smith be back in time to go against them? And so at that point, we're talking about a guy who probably won't get over 13 rushing attempts because that's the key number there. We found that out last night, Raphael. But I think that that Barkley will have a good game out of the backfield catching the ball.
Oh, Raphael now catching strays. He's bragging about winning a bet on an injury. That's bad karma, DG. It's bad karma, Raphael.
I agree, but I'm looking at numbers here. 51 now is this total is moving up in this Eagles-Ravens game. So I don't know if the bettors are watching our show and they're hitting on our tips and betting it as we speak. But 51 and now a 51.5 just popped up in Las Vegas, and threes are popping up. There's going to be no more 2.5s probably by the end of the day. So if you like 2.5, grab it now. It's going to be a solid 3 probably by this afternoon.
Very interesting. This is a perfect example of how the NFL is truly a week-to-week league. Because last night, I thought the Chargers were the play. And the Ravens come out and play fantastic football and score a lot of points. And now the Eagles, they've been playing great. And look what happens. The Ravens, once again, are favorites right there. Let's go to that last game. 49ers and the Bills. Bills coming off a bye week, and the 49ers are just in this big skid right now. I thought this might get to 7. Do you think it will ultimately get to 7?
There are 7s out there, and if you like the 49ers, we could see 7.5. It's the late game. What's all depends on what the bettors do all day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the morning of Sunday. We could probably see a higher number. Grab the 6.5 now, but I'm all about the Bills. I think 49ers are done.
Yeah, they are just one game back, young Peyton, of the Chiefs, so they need a win on the field, but also we're always talking spreads as well. Do you think they'll win by more than a touchdown?
I do, yeah. Their offense is just absolutely nothing right now, even with the guys that they have. But when it's led by Brandon Allen, who was just brutal last week, I don't trust them at all, especially against the Bills team in Buffalo. I don't think they have a chance.
Soupy, where are you headed on this one?
So from what I've heard is the Brock Purdy injury is only a one-off. He actually might play this week, so that number might go down. I would consider taking the plus 6.5, do a little sprinkle just in case Purdy comes back, because that will drop if he does play.
I wonder if they might be, Charles, a teaser opportunity.
I would look at them, especially if Purdy plays, and this total I was looking at, it's going down. I'm seeing some 44.5s with the Bills and the 49ers included, like we saw with the Packers. They carried the bulk of the scoring this past Sunday, so I'd even look at potentially the over in this one. But, yeah, if Purdy plays, you definitely want to look at a teaser. I'm getting that one up additional 6 points.
DG, 49ers, it seems like they're just playing horrible, but they're only a game back in this division. This is of paramount importance.
Yeah, they're not out of this completely yet, but Buffalo coming off of the bye, they're going to be more well-rested. And so I'm looking at this team, honestly, in the back of Josh Allen and going to get another key win. It's at home, a little bit colder than it is in San Francisco. So I think that plays into their favor this week.
All right, very, very good. We will keep our eye on all of the NFL games throughout the week. And remember, there are 3 on Thursday. We'll be live at 10 a.m. and break down all of the games. No primetime live on Thursday night. And also, there's a Black Friday game Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. The Raiders and the Chiefs will break that down on the Morning Show Football Friday on Friday. How many more times can I say Friday? By the way, Joe, you have a very interesting way of showing your love for Soupy. He says, sorry, UConn sucks, Soupy. And then he goes, I like Soupy. Multiple personalities from Joe. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, still to come, it is time for Soup or Salad. Who are you backing this week with our Prize Picks plays? We'll do that coming up. And also, it's time to educate and entertain. Soupy's head coach losing his mind. It's a vibe. It's a Tuesday. It is DTL. Okay, all you degenerates out there watching on our YouTube page, if you haven't hit that like button, please hit it on the way in. We are 6 wide today. And coming up in a couple of minutes, we are doing our Super Salad Prize Picks. But Big Chuck, there is a game starting in literally 30 minutes out here. What's too early to start a basketball game to play with these young kids? Because out in Maui, they started like 9 a.m. playing these games. It's ridiculous.
I think it's too early anytime. They're young. They can get out there and perform. So I don't think any time's young. And I don't think investors feel like any time's to start investing also. So, yeah, I have no problems with them start. We see soccer games going off at your time, what, 4:30 in the morning? So,
yeah.
No problems with it.
You could truly be a degenerate. Soupy, yesterday, your boys started like 10 a.m. local time, had one of the best games of the entire day, overtime, both teams over 95 points. So didn't hurt those two teams.
Yeah, solo ball, great last-second three to send it in overtime, not related to Lamar ball. But, I mean, we got to ask young Peyton, have you ever gone up at 8 a.m. to play, like, intramural basketball, you know?
Guys. I played in college basketball my first 2 years of college. I hated the morning games. They were awful. I played in Boston, and it was probably, 30 degrees out there, taking a parka on, hopping onto the bus. I was like, oh, my goodness.
I know. As I was a small college All-American, I also, young Peyton, hated the morning games very, very much. I only scored over 30 in the evening, never in the morning. It was always one of those things. DG, Church League, they're only evenings. Don't even talk to me that you guys played in the morning. I know you didn't.
No, we don't. We don't play in the morning because that's God's time, and so we allow Him to have that time.
Oh my gosh!
Mute.
Very ironic that Raphael is yelling "mute" after the day he had yesterday. If you know, you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, watching on our YouTube page, you guys know about what time it is. There are rivalries, and then there is this. And when you've got an OG. And then you've got an invasion by a youngster. You got to settle it in the ring, like men. We are back live. 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We have crossed the bottom of the hour for our Tuesday, a great live number. So thank you to all of you tuning in, whether it is on social media, on our YouTube page, or don't forget, we also air on Stadium and all of the platforms at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Now, we only have so many hands. We're still working on the graphics, but we have, courtesy of the chat, and I don't know or remember who gets the credit for this, but our new segment. As you know, we have a beloved Soupy. We also have young Peyton, who's got the best lettuce in the game. So it is time for soup or salad. All we need you all to do after they reveal their prize picks for today is write into the chat either Soupy or young Peyton to show your support. We will start to count up the votes, and we'll see who rides with the right one. There they are, the two competitors, every Tuesday morning ready to go. You ever heard of Howard Cosell, young Peyton?
Of course.
That is how he talked. Just like this. All right, Soupy, you're the OG. So I'm going to let you go first. Where are you headed today, sir?
I am starting with the Maction. We're going back to Buffalo. Al J. Henderson. He's going against Kent State, dead last in rushing yards allowed per game. 266, only team allowing 6 yards per carry. He's gotten over 104 of the last 6 games. He is going well over that. That's why I'm going with the Demon. And then we're going to the Ice, David Pasternak. They're going against Vancouver. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a blowout game. He's averaging 18.9 minutes time on ice. I think with the blowout, he's going to play a little less. So give me the less than 18 and a half. And then DJ got this one wrong. It's Nikola Vujovic. He's going against the Wizards, who are allowing the most rebounds to centers at 17. He's only got about 9. That's actually rare for him. He's usually a double-digit rebound guy, but I think he gets over the 11.5, the more than 11.5.
Couple of things there. You notice there's certain verbiage, if you're watching at home, that you have to use when you're playing prize picks. It's more or less. All right? So certain. Thank you for that, Soupy. And did we just hear? I'll get to that in a second because I need to have DG on the screen for this. So don't go. We'll stay right here. All right. Well done, Soupy. Well done. A little arrogance mixed with humbleness, mixed with confidence. I like it. Now, young Peyton, it's interesting the support that you have on the show already because my man Joe says, I'll take Peyton. What's interesting about that is that he wrote it before Soupy talked, which means it didn't even matter. And then you go down the chat, and he says, I don't even need to hear the picks. Wow, Soupy. Wow. So, young Peyton, with all that pressure on your shoulders, with all of that being said, where are you headed today?
Coach, I got 2 absolute locks today. I'm going with Kobe White, more than 19.5 points. The Wizards allow more than 27 points a game to point guards, mainly because Jordan Poole plays as much defense as I did in high school, which was 0 to none. Now, I'm also going to go with Kobe White, who had just 11 points last game. And listen to this. All season, 18 games into the year, Kobe White has not had back-to-back games where he's had under 20 points, meaning whenever he scored less than 20, he goes for more the following game. He just had 11. Give me him to get 20 tonight. Now, I'm also going to go with Tyler Hero, more than 20.5 points. The Bucks allow 28 points a game to guards. That's the most in the NBA. He went just 1 for 10 from the 3 in his last game. And as a guy who shoots 43% from the 3, I'm not expecting him to do that again against a Bucks team who does not defend the 3 well at all. So I'd go with him more than 20.5 for Tyler Hero tonight. I'm also going to tell everyone to stay healthy and take salad picks tonight. No soup.
We'll work on that last line, but I see what you're trying to do there. I see what you're trying to do there.
Right.
A couple of things. Austin says, before I sign up, is there a promo code that helps DTL? I can honestly tell you, full transparency, we do not have a deal yet with Prize Picks. We are actively working on it. So if you want to go to their social media page, if you're going to open it up and say, I signed up because of Driving the Line, that would be amazing. If you guys decide to do it before we get a deal done, it really helps. But this is my decision, and I feel like doing Prize Picks is really, really important, and it's a lot of fun as well. And I got 2 experts, one that works for them. So why wouldn't we do that? So, Austin, I don't have anything for you yet, but like Liddy says, hopefully very, very soon we'll have something for you. So now I need you all to vote. Do you like Peyton's side of things, the Lettuce King, or do you like Soupy's side of things? Put it into the chat. Give us a vote, and we will reveal those results tomorrow when we see who does better with their Prize Picks. Gentlemen, well done. Producer man, I need the 5-shot real quick because I believe we just had history made on the show. Soupy, did you or did you not accurately correct DG?
I did, and I got that confirmed from Tim Sinclair, the PA announcer from the Chicago Bulls. It's Nikola. Now, Joe Jokic pronounces it Nikola, so there is a difference. That's maybe where he got confused.
DG,
Let me just play it for you.
Nikola Vucevic.
Okay, an AI voiceover over the PA announcer for the Chicago Bulls. Which one? I don't know where I would want to get my info.
Oh. Listen, I can only Google. I was told that by Mr. Kurt to Google stuff, and I've Googled it. Google wins, Soupy loses.
oh my God. I'm signing my own crew up for my trash talk seminar first. They'll be at the front of the line. That was horrible. Both of you. Horrible.
I'll tell you where I got my info from. The guy who literally says it 41 nights of the year. So
you want to ruin my flow one more time, Soupy? I'm getting ready to segue professionally. Now, as you guys know, we try to keep the flow going here on the show, but sometimes you have to do a hard reset. Sometimes we have to educate and entertain. The chat is coming hard. You guys better have your trash talk on point or they will. John says, Coach, they are so awkward. Tell them to stop trying so hard. I'm telling you, I took the leash off. All right, Soupy, I come right back to you because we love to talk about really fun topics. And yesterday, your boy, Danny Hurley, was embarrassing himself once again in Hawaii, losing his mind. My question today is, thank you, DG, for gifting that membership back that you just got. Is it too early in November to be acting the way that your two-time defending national champion coach was acting yesterday?
That's just what champions do. We're passionate about every single game, every single win, every single loss. And that's what Dan Hurley expects. He expects perfection, not just from his players, but from the referees. They messed up that call. They messed up that foul call. It's just Dan Hurley being Dan Hurley, and that's why we've got banners in Gamble Pavilion.
That might be the worst take I've ever heard. That's what champions do. Lose their mind, cry and moan, fall on their back. And then after the game, he did probably get a $25,000 fine out of it. That's going to come in the next day or two. Young Peyton, we're talking about UConn. We're talking about, well, they were number 2. They lost yesterday for the first time, so they'll probably drop. It doesn't matter. It's November. But you played college basketball just like I did. Would you imagine your coach losing his mind in November like that?
Yeah, well, when your offense can't get anything going like UConn couldn't yesterday until 2 minutes left in the game, you're going to be frustrated. And, you know, when a guy like Dan Hurley's frustrated, he's going to show you. So, I mean, he didn't just go crazy either yesterday. He got attacked in probably the most costly point of the game with 2 minutes or like a minute left, and it's a tie game. You just have to know better as a coach, especially Dan Hurley, who I feel like, you know, has been in those big moments and should know not to do that.
You would think so. And DG, here's the problem, is that at that point, what are you showing your kids? And I don't care if you won 2 national titles or not. And the referees, you could tell they did not want to give him that, but they had to when he is saying those types of things.
Using the language he used that late in the game, he has to know better that he's going to get a technical. I don't care who you are. I don't care that you won back-to-back national championships. The dude just loses his mind, and he's going to lose games like this because that honestly, he just allows his emotions to get the best of him. He's a great coach. X's and O's basically is really where he kind of stands out. But besides that, the way he acts on the sidelines, if it was me as a player, if it was me as a fan, I hate it, honestly, because that's not how a professional acts. You want to lose your mind? Great. But you kind of keep it at bay a little bit.
I could not agree more. And that's kind of a Hurley trait, whether it's his brother Bobby, who played that way at point guard at Duke, or his brother Danny, who I believe went to Seton Hall as a smooth little lefty shooter back in the day. One other quick topic, because we only have a couple of minutes. So Duke, Malik Murphy, Charles, he's being disciplined internally for the double bird that he floated out last weekend. Should we get suspended for a double bird celebration in college football these days?
I would think so. Still, that should apply. I don't think it's very sportsmanlike to be throwing double birds after you throw a touchdown. But hey, we shall see. But yeah, I think he deserves that. But probably they may overlook it. But I would think it deserves a little bit of punishment. Maybe he sits out a half, the first half, or something like that. But just so it doesn't become a trend. But we shall see.
Yeah, we don't want that to be a trend. The Trump dance into the double bird, Raphael. That's what's coming next.
I don't see any problem. You go on Instagram and social media, that's all you see is people giving a bird. The bird doesn't mean like it used to be back in the day. It's just, who cares? Give me the double bird anytime someone scores a sack. I'd rather see double birds than people dancing and doing trades. I want to see more birds.
TDG. Peyton, why are you laughing?
More birds. I love it. I love it.
Hardcore analysis right here. More birds. I love it.
I want that clip. Coach.
Yeah, don't hold your breath. Don't think we'll be seeing that reel or that short today. But the chat, you guys are incredible. It is so hard to stay on point when you guys are so funny in the chat every single day. And by the way, hit that like button on your way in. You guys know it really helps the show grow. We're moving through a beautiful Tuesday. It is Thanksgiving week. Still to come, we look forward to some games on Thanksgiving, but also we got Raffy's stat of the day. It's DTL, it's a vibe, it's Tuesday. All right, you degenerates, we continue on. One question for young Peyton. You really left Southern California to go to Boston to play at Emerson? That's from Kalen.
I did, Coach. I had a good time. I played 2 years. I had a great coach there, Bill Curley. Shout out Coach Curley. That's my guy. I still talk to him, and I had a really good time. I went to TCU just to start studying sports broadcasting. So I'm glad I also made that decision.
Oh, so you're saying that potentially I'm helping your career is what I just heard.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Boys, do you guys feel like, DG, do you feel like we're just kind of here to prop Peyton up in his burgeoning sportscasting career?
I hope he remembers us when he goes and far exceeds my expectations for myself. And so I hope that he does better and turns around and helps me and pulls me as I age, because obviously I'm double his age.
That's probably very true. And when I get there, I'll let you know how that feels, DG. But, man, it's so nice to be in the same stratosphere, Soupy, as young Peyton. I was waiting for somebody to come in and join me. But, Soupy, honestly, to have this guy come in and kind of just blow the doors off and then talk about his head coach, and, I mean, he's kind of doing his own thing. Your thoughts, Soupy?
I think it's incredible. I'm just hoping that maybe Soup and Salad gets to that big prime time level. I hope he brings it with us. You know, me and him, we could be a great team. You know, just like, you know, I love your dad. Your dad's great. Just by the way, yeah. I hope his hair looks good. I bet you his hair looked already good before he went and got
his hair looks amazing. He still has the great lettuce, the Great Lodge lettuce. If you guys don't know who we're talking about, he's been on the show. He's part of the crew, and he's got a gigantic radio show out here in Southern California on ESPN Radio. I believe, DG, you have been the sport. Wait a second. You're actually broadcasting from the home studio.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize it until you moved it like that.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I do feel honored. DG, did you realize royalty?
I didn't realize that's where all that came from over there. Yeah, I was on the show. It was great. Roger is a great man.
All right. Great man. We're back in 5 seconds. All right, we continue on. What a great, fun day. The live number is popping on a Tuesday. It's absolutely fantastic. We have gone 6 wide today, and it just made sense on this holiday week to give you all of the information that you could possibly want. All right. I need to see my faces one more time, producer, man, because we have games coming up on Thursdays, gentlemen. We just looked at some of the big games, but there are 3 games on Thanksgiving Day. And my question, DG, to you is this. They're not subtracting. They've added games now on Thursdays, as far as Thanksgiving is concerned. Now, this year, they are maneuvering the schedule to have games on Christmas Day, which is Wednesday. The Chiefs had to play Saturday the 21st and Wednesday on Christmas Day. Have we let the schedule overtake what should be fair as far as how you treat certain teams in the NFL?
Yes and no, and that's kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth. But yes, it is a little unfair to the teams. But honestly, they get the benefit of being off more days after that game. So it's kind of like the Thursday night. You just get there and find a way to play that game because it really does benefit you afterwards. And so it kind of sucks for the team, but the fans win because we get more football. We get it on standalone television. And who doesn't like more football, more chances to see just a regular game? And so I love this. Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, give it all to us.
And it is interesting, Raphael, because the Lions in particular, and this is something they've started doing recently also, they're putting them 2 Thursdays in a row. So you've got the Bears at the Lions on Thanksgiving Day, and then next Thursday, the Packers are at the Lions. So they're giving the Lions 3 straight home games, and it's Bears, Packers, and then the Bills come to town. If NFL didn't want, Raphael, the Lions to succeed, I don't know who they would want to succeed. My goodness.
Yeah, especially that Bills game. But there's only one loser in this whole thing of games on Thanksgiving and now Christmas. Is the NBA. The NBA only held Christmas. That was their inauguration. Woohoo, we get to play on NBA on Christmas Day. We're the only sport pretty much. And then the NFL had to ruin their party. But I agree with DG. Give me football every day, every holiday, Black Friday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Give me it all. Give me more bowl games. I want more bowl games.
I think we all would take more NFL. I mean, nobody's saying, hey, give me less NFL. We'll see how Netflix does on Christmas Day. Sibby, let me come over to you because on Thursday, in addition to the Lions playing, and right now they're 10-1, you've got a Cowboys team, and wouldn't it be interesting? I don't think it's going to happen, but Daniel Jones wants to go to a contender or perhaps a team that needs a quarterback, which the Cowboys do. What kind of a story would it be if he signed him today and he plays against the Giants on Thursday?
It would just be a culmination of what the Giants have been for the last decade. We're watching Saquon Barkley have the best season of his entire career. And another guy I'll note out, Xavier McKinney having a highlight year for the Packers, another guy that the Giants didn't want to sign. And now if they brought in Daniel Jones to the most hated rivalry for the Giants and he beats them in basically a week, it would just – at this point, I don't even know what to expect being a Giants fan. I really don't.
Been bananas. Raphael, go.
What we are hearing here in the books is he's either going to Minnesota or the 49ers.
Wow, Vikings. 49ers makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. It really, really does. Aaron says, I think Peyton is doing great. How did you guys find him? Because I find great talent, Aaron, everywhere. I dig through the bushes to find great talent like young Peyton, King Lettuce. And right now, since I got 5 wide and I'm looking at the clock, there's a lot of you, and I look at that live number, incredible on a Tuesday. You guys are amazing. But there's a lot of you that weren't here at the top of the hour. And we don't want you to be shut out. So we have a little segment we like to call the Whip Around. This is 10 seconds or less on each pick, 1 or 2 nuggets. Charles, Day Soccer, I love it. Let's start with you.
Champions League, Slovan welcomes AC Milan to town. They concede 3.8 goals per European match. So give me AC Milan team total over 2.5. Then Young Boys versus Atalanta, with both basically averaging 3 at home and away. I'll take the over 3 full-time goals.
Boom and boom. That starts with 2 check marks. Now let's go to Raphael. You're up.
Give me Mac action. Kent State Buffalo over 48.5. Buffalo just scored right now as I'm speaking. And then give me Austin Reeves over 2.5 3 points made minus a nickel.
DG.
Rudy Gobert's not getting the ball tonight. Julius Randle under 4.5 assists at minus 113, going against a Houston team that allows the 4th fewest assists. Then we're going to go to Nikola Vucevic over 5.5 first quarter points at plus 104 because I can pronounce the name.
Very interesting. Soupy.
Buffalo needs to win this game for a chance to be in the MAC championship, going against a winless Kent State, who has allowed 27.6 points in their last 5. Give me at minus 22. And the Rockets, they are going to be able to outpace the Minnesota defense. Keep this within at least 1 possession. Give me plus 3.5.
Look at Tina trying to bring the crew together. She goes, just call him Vooch, and everybody wins. Tina, that's why you're Tina. All right, King Lettuce. Big boy, you're up.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk, coach. I'm going Kansas to win tonight. Hunter Dickinson coming back for a 5th year is huge for Kansas. And anytime I can get them at plus 150 against anyone in college basketball, I'll take it. Next, I'm going to take the Suns to cover the 2.5. They're coming off 6 days rest with KD, Beal, and Booker playing. Give me the Suns to cover at minus 112.
All right. To be clear, what's the number on that Suns play?
It's minus 2.5.
Minus 2.5 now. Minus 2.5. Make that adjustment. Okay. The Howie Schwab crew play of the day. Very, very close. 40% of the vote went to Kansas. Plus the 3.5, young Peyton. 39% went to Duke. Minus 3.5. And then 11% or 21% somewhere else. I am not a math major. Now, we always end the show with Rafi's stat of the day. Raphael, where are we going today?
We took one underneath the chin last night because we had the under in Monday Night Football, but the Bruins and NHL last 12 games as a favorite. 9 of them have hit the under. I think this one's a good cash tonight.
75%. I'm noticing something, though, Raphael. As Liddy says, excellent show today. Always enjoyed the content. Have a great day. Liddy, you too. Raphael, when I started this segment, it was Rafi's stat of the day. Now it says Raphael's stat of the day. Were you unhappy with my branding of your segment?
I have no decision on that, Coach. I'm just here not to get fined.
Very interesting. Very interesting. DG, your thoughts on Raphael's ego?
I love the ego. I love Raphael. I also love that it looks like a diner from New Orleans. That the whole graphic, whoever made that, I think it looks phenomenal. Raphael's, I don't care. It looks like a diner in New Orleans. I love it.
I believe AB was on that one. Young Peyton, do you know what a diner is?
Of course I know what a diner is. Let's go to Raphael's tonight. Come on now.
Let's go.
Interesting. Subi, I know you. This scares me to even ask. How confident are you tonight that tomorrow the chat will be touting you and your prize picks, because you went with the demon today or the goblin today?
I went with the demon because that's what we do. We take the big risks, unlike Peyton.
Yeah, I wasn't.
He had a chance for one. He had a chance for one. He didn't take it.
I wasn't aware we were taking a demon tonight. So, I'm just gonna go with 2 picks that are gonna win though, and you can triple your money with taking my 2 picks. So I think if you 3x your money, that's a good night for you. No.
I'm just going to let that sit right there. You guys are the absolute worst when it comes to trash talk. I mean, awful. I mean, horrible. I mean, it is so freaking bad. And then you just top it off that one of you has a dad getting his haircut in Beverly Hills at 7 a.m. Pacific time. What are we doing, Roger Lodge? What are we doing? Mercifully, we have arrived at the... I can hear you guys laughing in the background. Time for you to go out into the world and understand this. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know that. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire crew, love them all. My man from the Dirty Big Show. My numbers guy, Raphael. Best beer in the game, Soupy. King Lettuce. My man, Peyton, back home in Southern California. DG, producer man, and I am the coach, simply trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about every single day right here on DTL. Good luck.